Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Larford Lakes. Jord, we've come away from the casting couch for this shot, haven't we?
Come away from the casting couch, come to Larford, near my house. We've got a sneaky little rod in the edge, so hopefully we'll latch into a 20-pounder while we're speaking to you. It's been a while since we've caught up on the vlog, so we're going to do it now.
We are, and can I just say, since our last vlog, this young man has been in the most incredible run of form.
Tom, so have you. You've been in incredible form as well, haven't you?
Well, we've both been in good form, haven't we? But let's hope that it carries on for the year. And I think it's only fitting, because we're moving into the spring and the summer. Let's start with the most recent result, Jordan. That's you qualifying for the Golden Reel final here at Larford Lakes.
So, it was a great match. It was the first Golden Reel qualifier of the year. Last weekend it was at Meadowlands, somewhere I've never fished for carp. I fished it once in a silverfish match, a couple of times in like a talent pathway youth thing when I was younger for silverfish, and that was it. So I was going pretty new to the venue, and I drew 6 on Warren, which is the shallow lake. It's only like 3-4 foot deep everywhere in the lake. I had 3 spare pallets to my left, but I did have somebody on the next peg, which I was the only person on the lake, so...
You're the only person on the lake to have someone next to you?
Yeah,
If I'd have been me, I'd have been moaning straight away.
I didn't moan at all, Tom. I just got on with the job. I just got on with the job in hand.
Well, you say that, but I did have a message from you. I think you phoned me halfway through and said it was terrible. 1 carp and you were packing up.
So basically, to cut a very long story short of that match, the first 4 hours I've had some skimmers on... Well, I fished a method feeder for a bit, I fished a bomb and a waggler for nothing, not a fish. I think I did have a skimmer on a waggler actually, but I caught some skimmers on the long pole and corn and a carp out the blue, and then I had the arrival.
Ah, yes.
I filled it in the margin, large amounts of ground bait, corn on the hook, and I actually caught 11 carp in the last hour.
That's
so I had 12 carp. Yeah, all good uns. So my 12 carp weighed 121 pounds, which was enough to win the match. 111 was second, Warren Jennings. So, yeah, managed to get through to the final.
That is some day. And I've got a lot of questions actually, pal. Not surprising, I've got a lot of questions for you about this.
Yeah.
First question.
Liner.
Oh. I've seen, while we've been filming as well, a large boil. So it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't rip round at some point. But, yeah. First question, obviously this feeding, you've had it dead right down the edge.
Yeah.
What have you fed?
So I've fed Match Method Mix Marine, which is a new ground bait for Sonia baits.
Right.
But it's basically a Match Method Mix, but with halibut pellets, so it's heavier. Don't forget my margin's like 3 foot deep, so you need a heavy mix.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just feed like particles, I felt it was too negative, so I needed the ground bait to draw the fish in. And then I topped up with like wetted up ground bait with some micros in it, almost in like sloppy paste like balls. Just a medium cad pot with a single grain of corn on the hook. I fished 15 Jura hybrid elastic, the red one. Brilliant. My favourite carp elastic, that is. Get them in so fast on that.
I remember last year doing some filming work with Christian Jones. He loved that, and it's really, really... The thing that strikes me with that is it's soft, isn't it, on the strike, but then it powers up really quick.
Yeah, a couple of pulls of the puller and the fish is popping their heads up and you're netting them.
And I think with your edge fishing, Jord, tell me if you think I'm wrong, but that's great, because what happens is you hook them, you swim out, which is so important. You don't want this big boils and things, do you? You want them to swim out your peg, and then you've had them, haven't you?
I've had them.
I've
got them in my net.
A match win, and is this your 3rd Golden Reel final?
3rd one, yeah.
3rd Golden Reel.
Fantastic. Great day. Great day. Went to plan. Couldn't go much better.
And obviously, you'll be having me sat behind you again to coach you to great success.
We'll think about that closer to the time, I reckon.
Yeah, it'll definitely be me, won't it, pal?
I can see me changing bank runner this
Why
year.
would you do that, pal?
I don't know. Just a change. Anyway.
What a rat.
On to one of your successes. You've had a few, haven't you?
Or
have you? I don't know. Talk us through your day.
We'll start, I think, in terms of matches, interesting matches. I've got to start, I suppose.
I'm going to chuck this out.
You recasting?
You talk.
I'll talk. There was a swirl there, wasn't there?
No.
Talk us through what you're doing here, pal. What we've got here? We've got.
So I've got just a little wafter on.
Yeah.
Just pinned a little wafter on a size 12 QM1. 021 power line. Put some micros in the mould. Put my hook bait in. Some micros on the top. Push the method feeder into the mould.
Yeah, yeah,
like this.
yeah. Very technical stuff, pal. Technical stuff.
Click the button on the back of the mould. Feeder. Micros on feeder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm just having a little sneak.
Look at this some commotion. Oh yeah.
That's going to go in it.
That's worth one. I'd say that's worth one. So yeah, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about the Golden Rod final, but not the first day.
Yeah, of course you are.
No, don't be like that. Don't be like that. You were there, weren't you, to witness the Golden Rod final? Second day, weren't you? I mean, the first day I drew an MPEG, which at Larford is a gimme, isn't it? It does help.
Oh, it helps massively.
And I had a lovely simple match, but I'm not going to go into that because it was quite straightforward. It was method feeder fishing up the edge. It was nice. It was really nice. But the second day was a lot more interesting. On the special day, I drew a peg. It was quite difficult. Peg 4 I was on. And I got 2 MPEGs in my section, and everyone said to me, "You're going to really struggle to beat them today." And you know, it seemed to me that it was all hanging on catching some lake carp, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But fortunately, we had a lovely day skimmer fishing on the short chuck feeder, so I think I'll talk about that really.
Yeah, go for it.
Because it was just remarkably good, wasn't it? And I think something I've learned the last couple of years on commercial fisheries, not just for feeder fishing but for pole fishing, which sort of really was born out that day, is how you've got to be so careful with the amount of feed in your peg for skimmers. You want something there, it needs to be fish meal. Like, so I put in 3 feederfuls at the start, 3 feederfuls after an hour, only sort of medium size, or no, you'd say they'd be large size feeders, but not bait up feeders, you know, this sort of size, 3-inch long kind of feeders. 3 at the start, 3 after an hour, and then when I've gone on it after an hour and a half, I've just fished a really small Drennan cage feeder, the smallest one they do. I think it's called the Mini, and double dead red maggot on the hook, a few worms and some micros and corn through the feeder, Sonia baits, F1 dark, and Thatcher's 50-50 as the mix, and just dead regular casting. Casted in what, every 3 minutes, would you say?
Yeah.
And it was lovely.
Quite regular, I thought, 'cause it was freezing as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, some large skimmers on it.
Large skimmers? I'd say Bream.
When's a large skimmer become a Bream, you know?
When they're £5 plus, like.
We didn't have any £5, but we had some £4. It's a lovely day, £37. Unfortunately, it was second in the section. That Joe Jagger on the MPEG up here, he did brilliant, to be fair. I can't take anything away from him because he caught 3 carp in the last hour. He had 1 earlier in the day, so we had 4 in total for £44 or £45, and he actually won the section. And I did try for a carp the last 10 minutes myself, but it never went round. But I was, in terms of performances, I was really happy with that, because either side of me were last and second to last in the section. It was a tough area, but that little trick with the skimmers really helped me. So it's just food for thought, really. I think minimum feeding, but regular feeding is key in it, really.
And where did you finish overall?
I was second overall, which was a nice £6,000 in the old Skyrocket pop. So
fantastic.
Great day, great day. Anyway, on to your next match.
So my next match was on the Census Challenge, the second day, on the Gloucester Canal.
This was a special day, wasn't it?
The Gloucester Canal is renowned for large bream, aren't they? But not normally in the amount I caught. I actually had like a red letter day.
You did.
So I drew at a section called Castle, for those that know it. I drew it on the first day, and then I drew literally 2 pegs away on the second day. And basically everything just went to plan. I potted some ground bait on the long pole with a few bloodworms on the hook, and I caught a bream pretty much every put in after the first hour, and I actually ended up with about 25 bream. 25 bream.
Which
is incredible for the Gloucester Canal, isn't it?
And I shouldn't do this, I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna. You were next to somebody quite famous that day as well, weren't you, pal?
I was next to Sean.
Sean Ashby. Sean
enjoyed it. Sean caught some as well. He caught like £30.
Did he?
Ah.
What did you catch?
Oh, I may have weighed 34 kilos.
So 73, 74 pound, that, isn't it?
73, 74 pound, and it was just a brilliant day's fishing.
It swirled down the edge.
Literally caught one every single put in all day. Ridiculous. But yeah, like £70 a bream, just like unbelievable. So it's a brilliant day's fishing.
It was, and topped off by a runner-up place in the team thing for your team, wasn't it?
The team was second.
And your other team,
and the other team won.
The other bar of the team won it. So Couldn't have been much better for you boys.
It was a great weekend for us boys, that was. What was important was to fish a heavy enough rig so you get your bait in position over your feed. So lots of people using like a 1.5 gram float, which wasn't big enough. I used like a 2 or a 3 gram float just to nail my bait on the bottom over my feed. So that was really, really important. And regular top-ups, topped up after every fish, so that was really good as well.
I don't like praising you too much because I think you're bigger than enough, and especially as I might not be a dedicated bank runner anymore.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to praise you. But one thing you always do right, I think, mate, and I've seen you do it on loads of occasions, is you're always quick to step up your gear. You're always quick. If you're on fish, bang, it's like big elastics, big rigs, big gear, and you just boss them, don't you?
I was quite disappointed. The strongest elastic I had with me was an 8. Could have done with something like
13
a 13 holler. But can't complain. £70 a bream, can you?
No.
Can't catch them much faster than that.
No, you can't. That's an awesome day.
4-hour match as well, so.
Wasn't it? Yeah. If you in a 5-hour, you'd been on for the ton, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would have. Oh, see that?
Is that a liner?
Yeah.
Ooh. Right. So, my second match is also going to be from the Gloucester Canal because it was such a nice time, wasn't it? It's an interesting venue.
Got sunburnt, didn't we?
We did get sunburnt, and then it went freezing the week after. But that was really good. I mean, on the second day, I actually drew a lovely peg, very much like Jordan did. But mine was a little end peg at a place called Sims. And to be honest, like Alex Clements had been on the day before. He come third in the section, and he caught some small fish in one big skimmer. And I sort of thought, I don't know, because his net looked like he got a lot of perch in it. I thought, I don't know how many perch you're going to feed the second day. I think my best chance is to catch some skimmers. So that's what I went out and out for. I thought, I'm going to catch some skimmers on the long pole. And again, it was just really, really rewarding, nice days fishing. I fed quite negative at the start. Oh, is that on? No.
No.
Good liner, though. Fed quite negative at the start. I put 4 balls in with like probably 75% leam and just a little pinch of joker, so hardly any bait, just to create a bit of an area. And that was half Centre's Terre de Somme and half Canal Black and Lake mixed together. Sorry, no, the ground bait mix was Canal Black and Lake. It was 75% leam, 25% ground bait. So, you know, that was the initial feed on that. And then I've put 3 balls in wetted up leam with a little bit more joker, but not a lot. And I've just basically ligged on over the top. I said liggy, it was quite faffy in terms of the actual rigs I've used, because although it was bump bar fishing and pretty much committing to one line, so I've had about a dozen skimmers through the day and that well spaced out, you had to fish quite a light rig with quite a high bulk and catch them sort of almost in the bottom, bottom 4 foot of water, topped up from sort of halfway in to the end just to keep fish coming. But yeah, it was lovely to win the section because there was Maxime, who's a French international, he was on the other end of the section. I thought I might have my work cut out to beat him, but luckily I managed to. And yeah, it was another. It was a good liner. It was another really good sense of challenge for me. Really, I had 4 points over 2 days. I was third in the section the first day and won the section the second day. So I was happy with that. You had 4 as well, didn't you, love?
I had 4 points, yeah. 4 points in a match win.
Yeah.
So I just betted you.
Yeah, you did, pal, yes. You'd have beaten me on weight, wouldn't you? Yes.
I think I'd have beat most on weight.
I just came away thinking, I don't know about you, Jordan, what a good venue.
A great venue for team matches, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great venue
I love
for team
it.
matches.
I'd like to see some more stuff on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So, we hoped to catch you a carp, but we failed.
Did fail.
But hopefully, we've given you a good update on our last
fishing, didn't we?
Couple of notable results.
Yeah, so now we're both into commercial qualifiers really for quite a while now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. You've got the commercial national, haven't you?
I've got commercial national coming up.
So yeah, a lot going off, and we'll give you another update, I expect, in a couple of weeks, won't we?
See you then.
See you later.